What's up? What's going on, YouTube? Ian here, aka Nitrous LP, and welcome to week 14 of the Pokemon Summer League Season 2. This is the last week of Season 2. We're playing the Milwaukee Marshadows and Coach Lee Vite. And you may notice something that neither of these are our teams for Season 2. Well, if you remember, this is actually our PWL Season 1 teams that I infamously hacked him out of playoffs so I can make playoffs myself in the last week of the PWL. And these are actually the exact same teams with Mons, but we each revamped the move sets to give ourselves an advantage, because I feel like that I've become a much better battler, and he definitely has, considering I haven't beat him in our last, 3-4 matches. So you can see that I'm bringing Cobalion, Hydreigon, Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, Manectric, and Cofagrigus. And he's bringing Magmortar, Bronzong, Ash Greninja, Tornadus, Mega Latios, and Heliolisk. So you can see there's a lot of special attackers. So Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, and Cofagrigus are all specially bulky. Because I haven't really expected him to bring any physical attackers. He could bring physical Ash Greninja, he could bring physical Tornti, he could bring physical Mega Latios, but I thought he was going to bring mainly just those special, because I feel like those do a lot more work as special attackers. Cobalion is Choice Scarfed with Adamant, built to outspeed Ash Greninja while he has his Choice Scarf. Same with Manectric, except especially offensive. And the good thing is those things are both fast enough that I could just run Modest Scarf or Adamant Scarf, so I can hit things a little bit harder. Hydreigon is Dragonium Z, built to outspeed Magmortar, because once Bronzong's out of the field, a Z Draco Meteor is going to annihilate just about anything on his team. So as we get into the match, he leads Heliolisk, I lead Cofagrigus. This is actually a pretty nice start for me. He leads Dark Pulse, which I didn't actually know Heliolisk got. But that doesn't really matter. I was able to just get a free knockoff. I see that he was Choice Scarfed, built to outspeed anything on my team, which was a little surprising, but nonetheless, I got a free knockoff on it, just get some good damage. He Volt switches into Tornti, which is good for me because I can get some poison damage on him just to be able to chip it down. And I go into Manectric, fearing... I can risk allowing the knockoff on my Choice Scarf, because, Manectric wasn't hugely important to this match. He was nice to have for Ash Greninja, but I had other ways to deal with him. But pretty much, if a Hurricane came in, I was taking like 50% or something from a Hurricane, so I could afford to take that, and he gets whittled down with some toxic damage. So he goes for the U-turn there and switches into Heliolisk, as I go for a Thunderbolt, doing some pretty good chip damage on him, 30%. And he goes for the Hyper Voice on my switch into regular Venusaur. But since I pretty much wall this thing, I'm free to just Mega Evolve, and I think I go for another knockoff here, predicting... I think he goes Mega Latios here on his Volt switch, which I eat up. Yep, he goes Mega Latios. I go for the knockoff, doing about 37%, so that tells me that he's not physically bulky, because I believe that physically bulky is doing like max 30% or something like that. And as he Mega Evolves, he goes for the Calm Mind, which was very scary. But I actually don't remember if I could take an unboosted Psychic from this thing. But I go for the Toxic anyways, and that's nice, because at least I can now whittle this thing down. I switch into Tapu Fini, predicting a Psychic, but he goes for an Ice Beam, which is interesting, which leads me to believe that he didn't actually... Oh wait, no. Duh, he was predicting the Hydreigon switch in. So he goes to the Ice Beam there, and Fini eats that up, and that forces him to switch into Bronzong, which I predicted, so I go for the Nature's Madness. I see he is lefties. In the next couple of turns, he goes for Rocks, and he just keeps stalling me out. He goes for a Gyro Ball here, brings me down to about 70%, and I take him out with a Hydro Pump. Takes out one huge threat, and that now leaves Hydreigon free to just go for a Z Draco Meteor and do some big damage on something on his team. So he switches into Greninja, trying to he's going for the Gunk Shot, which is fairly obvious. So I switch into Cobalion to take that, and I predict perfectly. So I Volt Switch. I thought he was for sure going to switch here because I thought the close combat was fairly obvious, or even a Stone Edge was doing a big amount of damage to that thing. But I make a kind of a risky play into Finny because he could have easily predicted that on like a low kick or something like that, and he could have just gone for another gunk shot here. But he goes for the U-turn, which I eat up. And he goes into Heliolisk here, and I switch into Hydreigon, and he goes for a Hyper Voice, which I see 3-hit KOs me, so I just go for my Z-Draco here, and his Torn T takes 80% from it, but after toxic damage, he's down to a very low amount of health. I make another big play here, so I knew I could live a U-turn from this thing, so he goes for that, and I'm left with about 13% health. So I go for the Draco, which would kill the Megalodios as it switches in, but I miss. Story of this season, I miss a Draco Meteor on the Megalodios that would have absolutely killed this thing. So I have to sack this thing off because I need to get something in for free on this thing. And Megalodios picks up the second kill of this match as the Toxic whittles him down. I go into Cobalion because I knew that with my Scarf still up I can outspeed, go for close combat, and kill, which I do, so that's a huge threat off the field for him. And he switches in Magmortar. Magmortar, if you guys remember, it was like one of his big mons in the PWL that was supposed to check something on my team, but I got a kill like on turn 3 with a crit Earth Power on it, which was absolutely huge for that game. But anyways, I switch in Manectric. I don't remember exactly what I was trying to do, but I just sack it off. He gets a Flame Charge, which gets into +1 speed. I switch in Cobalion now, and I hit the Stone Edge. He has a Citrus Berry and goes for the Belly Drum. I'm not quite sure what he was doing there. I don't know if he was maybe expecting a close combat, maybe he was built so that close combat to it KO'd. But he doesn't get the Belly Drum off. And I was very surprised by this. I was not expecting physical Magmortar. I didn't even know Magmortar got Belly Drum, so that's it's kind of wild. Great prep on his part, because that would have done some serious damage to my team. I don't know if a +6 Flare Blitz would have killed Tapu Fini. Actually, Finny's pretty weak right now, I think, so maybe it would have. But I miss a Stone Edge, and he goes for a Brick Break, but that doesn't even... that's a 3-hit KO right there. So all I have to do is hit another Stone Edge, and he goes down. I miss another one as he switches in Ash Greninja, and he hits the Hydro Pump to kill me and get his Battle Bond. What's unfortunate here is that a Stone Edge would have done a ton of damage to him. I believe he built this so that Stone Edge was a 3-hit KO, or like the odds were heavily in his favor. I think it was like a 45 to 55% roll that Stone Edge would kill here. So kind of unfortunate that it didn't, but it doesn't really matter because now he's in because his Life Orb, and he's down to 40%. He gets his Battle Bond off, but unless he has Extra Sensory, or if he has Extra Sensory, it's GG, but if he doesn't, then it's a very good situation for Mega Venusaur. He goes for the U-turn, doing about half of what I had left, and he switches in Heliolisk for some reason. I'm not quite sure why he went Heliolisk here. It might have been just so he could sack it off and get in Torn T for free, but I kind of wall this thing completely. So unless he gets like some crazy rolls with Heliolisk, I'm pretty free to just keep synthesizing, and it's like a 4-hit KO with Hyper Voice. So I go for the Power Whip, kill that thing. He gets in Torn Chi, which with the Regenerator is up about 50%. He goes for the U-turn into Ash Greninja. I knock off his Life Orb, which is great, because now he's not going to be doing so much damage. He goes for the U-turn, and he gets in Torn T. I synthesis up, and he misses a Hurricane, which is huge, because I can Power Whip. I Power Whipped predicting Ash Greninja to come in. I thought he was going to U-turn to get up to 100. But he stays in, misses a Hurricane, so I Power Whip, get him down to about 40% with toxic damage. He's only got a couple turns left unless he U-turns. He misses another Hurricane. Some actual good luck this season. He misses another Hurricane, which is huge. I go for the knockoff. See that he's an Assault Vest variant, which is huge, and Toxic takes him out, and that is good game, because unless, he... Oh, no, just kidding. I missed a Power Whip. I missed a Power Whip. So he is, in theory, still in this. He just has to get very lucky. He hits a Ice Beam. He freezes. But I thaw out, and I hit the Power Whip. So we go out winning this season. We actually pick up our 4th win of the season in the last week. Good game to Levite. This was a very tough match for both of us, because these teams stacked up very well against each other. He definitely came into this expecting some redemption for PWL Season 1. But nonetheless, he's in playoffs right now. I'm not, so I guess he's the one that's really winning in the end. Good game to him. And with that ends Season 2 for the New England Patrats. Didn't go the way we wanted it to. We finished with a record of 4-10 and a differential of -14, I believe. So, not ideal. We finished last in the division. But I would like to thank a number of people for this. I'd like to thank Jingus for hosting this league. He has a busy life himself, but he still finds time to be the commissioner of a 32-team league, all while participating in a number of other leagues like the ABL. So I'd like to thank him a bunch for that. He's been one of my best friends on the internet for a while now. He's helped me out with a lot of stuff, and I'm very happy to call him a friend of mine. It's absolutely incredible what he's done with this league, and everything that he's been able to do with that. So much props to him. Thank you very much for that, Jingus. I love you. Special thanks to Levite. He's also one of my best friends. I'd say he's probably my best friend on the internet right now. Definitely one of them. And his channel is going to be down in the description below. If you're for some reason subscribed to me but not him, I highly recommend you check out his content. It's much better than mine. I don't really know what else to say. He's a great YouTuber. He's a great friend, and I wish him nothing but the best of luck in the playoffs. He has a tall order ahead of him. He has to play Yesop in the first round, which is he did take his first loss in the PSL history to TJ last week. So maybe he'll maybe Levite can pull out a dub here, but it's definitely an uphill battle. I'd like to thank the rest of the PSL for just being awesome people. I can say with great happiness that there's no one that I legitimately have any bad feelings towards. Everyone in there is just awesome, and I can say that everyone in there is just awesome people. Yes, even Hacker. I'm gonna wrap this up now. So with that, I'm pleased to say that if there is a PSL Season 3, I will be coming back as the New England Patrats. Hopefully this season will go a little bit, next season will go a little bit better than this season did. But, yeah, PSL Season 3 will be here hopefully in a few months. In the meantime, ABL Season 3, Week 1, this Sunday, which will be tomorrow if I upload this on Saturday, which I should. So, yeah. For the last time in PSL Season 2, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.